Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky. Good morning! I'm Jana.
I'm Jason.
And we are living lucky. I hope you are too. We're shaking it up this
Shake
morning.
up the happiness. Break up the happiness.
Break up. That's a Christmas song,
It is
Jason.
a Christmas
We're
song.
in
Happy
2023.
Merry New Year.
Merry New Year is right. I've been very vulnerable these past couple weeks, telling you that I've been stuck. I've been stuck in a low energy state, right? I've told you all that. That's nothing to be embarrassed about,
Nope,
right?
It happens.
I've been
Life
sick.
is about ups and downs and how you handle each.
I've been stuck. And I'm telling you, every day at like 1 o'clock, I say, oh my gosh, okay, I want to sit down. I want to take a nap.
I need a break.
And I need to go outside. I need to go for a walk. I need to do some dancing. And I know I have all of the tools.
That's
That's
right,
the thing. Stop. He said that with like a dirty little tone in his voice, didn't he?
I'm just flirting with my wife.
That's true. That's true. And I enjoy that. Good morning. Good morning, Patrick, Sheila, Marilyn. Hello. Okay, so I have all the tools, and yet I'm human. And there just feels like there is this undeniable gravitational pull that just takes me over to that couch, and that heating blanket just feels so warm and inviting. And yesterday I found myself there again.
Oh, it's like your little toaster.
I know. And I'm telling you, it is the best nap ever. And it just feels like that's what my body needs. So we have been trying to shake it up in other areas because I do know I am very, very aware that I need something different right now. I need some sort of change. And I know that as humans, we are very resistant to change. I do know this.
Yeah.
We're very resistant, but I also know that I need something different. So we joined a group last night, and we are doing a group study of enneagrams. Are any of you familiar with enneagrams?
Teddy Grahams.
Not that kind.
Garanimals.
That's totally different. Enneagrams
Bananagrams.
is like a personality. It's almost like a personality test. And
I was doing that for the benefit of our friends here.
Yeah. Have any of you heard of this? Raise your hand if you've heard of enneagrams. I studied it like 3 or 4 years ago, just briefly. And I
studied it and took the enneagram test.
You did?
Yeah.
And what did it come up for
I'm
you?
like a 7, 5, 3.
Which means nothing to you.
Something.
So can you give us a little more?
Well, and I think we
7.
talked about it. 7. I like adventure. I like spontaneity.
Yes.
And that comes out in my speaking. Like one of the things about speaking is I don't mind if someone says, "Hey, Jason, can you talk about X?" And if I'm familiar with X, I will get up and give us talk on the spot. The one thing I don't like is really having to plan and have a set memorized something for a speech.
Okay, so let me just give you what the 7s are.
That's why I didn't get selected for a TEDx.
Is called the enthusiast, fun, spontaneous, and adventurous, just like what you said. They are motivated by a need to be happy, to plan stimulating experiences, and to avoid pain. That is the driving force of the enthusiast.
Yeah.
That sounds like you.
And there's bad sides of that too. And
they avoid pain. So sometimes they don't want to talk about their feelings.
Yes.
I will say that being married to an enthusiast.
We compartmentalize and we give the silent treatment, waiting for the pain to go away.
Or sometimes when we're
Waiting
in the
for it to
middle,
heal.
when we're in the middle of, hey, you know what? I really want to talk about this. And next thing I know, he's goofing off and trying to be clowny.
Or if there's,
which is nothing wrong with being clowny, because I adored that about him.
Or if there's silence, I'm like, oh gosh, something's bad is about to happen. So let's throw in some humor.
Yeah.
Or throw in some nonsense.
It's almost a defense mechanism at times.
Yeah.
That's so interesting,
or things get
right?
too deep and I don't feel like it's the right time for me. Or if I feel like I'm not getting the right energy from the other people in the crowd, I'm like, okay, I see someone else is getting uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Then I throw in the humor and it's like, wait a minute, I was taking us somewhere. And I was like, nobody else wanted to go there.
Yeah. Whereas, okay, so me, I am a 4. I'm a romantic, which this sounds like me as well. Creative, sensitive, and moody. Does that sound like me? They are motivated by a need to be understood. I mean, how many times just in the last week have I said, I feel like I'm not being heard. I feel like I'm not being understood. Experience their oversized feelings, and they avoid being ordinary. They avoid being ordinary.
Well, that you've pretty much conquered.
Isn't that so crazy? I mean, that describes me, right? I really take pride in being different. However, that being said, sometimes I have this feeling that nobody understands me. Nobody could possibly know what I'm going through because I'm so different. It's like a double-edged sword.
I don't fit in.
I don't fit in because I'm so different. It's like I try so hard to fit in, and then I'm like, but I'm supposed to stand out.
Yeah. It's
like this conflict within me.
I stand out. I don't fit in here. I don't fit in here. I stand out. Who are my people?
Yes. And just knowing that information about myself was an aha moment. And so we're doing this 6-week study, but it's going to take place over a few months.
12 weeks, a quarter.
Yeah, and we're doing it with a group of people, which I'm so excited about. And it gave me, the reason I'm telling you all about this, because you're going to be hearing about it now for the next 3 months, lucky you, but it gave me this new sense of energy. And so I just wanted to throw this out there because I really have been feeling stuck. And I just want to say, we go through life and we have the same thoughts every day. In fact, I think we read the latest research. We have 6,000.
A little over 6,000 thought worms per day.
So they're calling them thought worms now. So imagine these little worms inside your brain, and they carry these little thought patterns inside your brain. 80% of those little worms are negative. And that's not our fault. That's just part of our survival brain. And that's part of our conditioning. And that's just part of being alive.
And part of that meaning maker where we had an experience in the past that says, if I have that happen to me again, I think this is what I'm going to feel and how I'm going to need to act in the future.
So if we have 80% of those thoughts negative, now listen to this statistic. We have 95% of the same thoughts the very next day.
Yeah.
So we never change. We never change unless we consciously become aware and get outside our comfort zone and shake up the ingredients, shake up the patterns. So for me, getting outside of my daily routine, learning something new, getting around new people, having something fresh to talk about today, something to tell all of you. I mean, can you sense that I have this different energy today? I'm going to push him off the ball. That's what I'm going to do. Anyway, how are you guys today? Oh my gosh. Sheila says Amanda resembles that. So Amanda is her daughter, and I'm assuming that Amanda probably has a lot of the same characteristics that I have.
There are 9 Enneagram types.
Yes.
And one of the things that I learned about enneagrams is that it actually helps you see things in other people. So you don't want to judge other people on what you think their enneagram type is, but as you become a higher version of your enneagram type, it's just a personality type. But as you become a higher version of that personality type, it allows you to communicate better with yourself.
Not only yourself.
And know why you're responding and reacting in certain ways, and then react better, but also have more grace and forgiveness and understanding of why someone else may be responding and reacting to you or their situations in certain ways. And just say, you know what, we're all right from our own perspective.
Because that's the way we were designed.
Yeah.
I mean, there's one in here called the Challenger. I think
that was a big aha for me.
I think it's type 8 is the Challenger. And I don't know if you've ever met someone and you're like,
they just
why
seem
are they
combative all the time? They always want you to argue your point. They always say, well, that can't be right, or that's wrong. And they just want to see that you're passionate about what you're saying. And then they're like, okay.
And it's more about curiosity, really.
But they're showing their passion is getting you to show passion, and then they back off, or they just want to see how long your passion lasts. But you're like, this is exhausting. I don't even want to be around that person. And then you tell them, why are you always combative? And they're like, I'm not combative.
Oh my gosh. So Sheila says, I wonder what I am. Sheila, we'll put the link in the comments because there's a free test you can take online. And it's really interesting just to see what your Enneagram type is. And then there is a book that you can read. If you want to study along with us, we would love that. It's called The Road Back to You. And it is by Ian Morgan
Crone.
I don't know why I'm trying to read it in the
Ian Morgan
I'm trying to
Crone
read it in the camera
Suzanne
backwards.
Stabile.
Yeah, so if you want to read along with us, you can study with us. And
I'll put the link to the book in here as well.
As we talk about it, we'll try not to monopolize the conversation week after week, but every now and then it might come up, and therefore you can kind of understand what it is that we're talking about and what the heck an Enneagram is. At any rate, one last thing I want to talk about. We got this really, really cute little gift in the mail from Sandy, who is an awesome speaker, and she's become a mentor of mine. It's a little hammock, or it's a little lawn chair from my cell phone, which I just absolutely love. And so I just wanted to
give that cell phone a break.
Right. I wanted to say thank you to her because she has this company and she turns the workplace into the wow place.
That's right.
So for anyone that is going to work and they're like, oh, it's time to go to work. I got to go to work today.
Turn it into, wow, I get to go to work today.
Wow, I get to go to work and make a difference. And so her company is actually called thewowplace.com, and she has just been a wealth of resource and knowledge for Jason and I just want to say I'm so grateful, because when you're living lucky, all of the right people, all of the right opportunities just start coming into your path, and Sandy is one of those.
Yeah, this Sandy won't leave you stranded at the drive-in.
Stranded at the drive-in, branded a fool. What will they say Monday at school? Bye, guys. Have a great day.
Keep living lucky.
Thank you. If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.